how old George Foreman is, but the one-time great heavyweight champion, having returned to the ring a few years ago, boxes on. We're going to concentrate now on his latest fight. His opponent, London-born Alex Stewart, who's been in with both Mike Tyson and current champion Evander Holyfield. Commentary comes from Harry Carpenter.
Big George Foreman, nearly 20 years on from the great days as champion. It's not a bad record, just the 3 defeats in 73 fights. And those figures above are his current rankings with the various world governing bodies. George started his comeback 5 years ago. There's been only 1 defeat by Evander Holyfield.
His record, 28 victories and 3 defeats. All of his 28 victories are by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from Safety Harbor, Florida, introducing Alex the Destroyer Stewart.
So Foreman, 16 years older than Alex Stewart, who incidentally was born in London and left London for Jamaica with his parents when he was 14 years old.
And when the bell rings, the man in charge of all the action, referee...
Familiar figure of Richard Steele, who's refereed many a World Championship fight. 3 knockdowns, in any round, an automatic stoppage. Second round, out comes lumbering George Foreman. This extraordinarily massive, shaven-headed figure against the 27-year-old Alex Stewart, who's been in with both Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield, but never for the world title. Tyson destroyed him, actually, in less than a week. And that's the first success for Big George. Round 2.
10, 9.
He took his full count. Took a full 9 seconds. Now, can George get this over quickly? His most recent fight with Jim Ellis lasted 3 rounds. He might do this one round quicker. What a good punch that was downstairs. Well, it wasn't. He's got worn for a low punch. A massive dig into the belly. Foreman, ponderous, but still, those punches carrying tremendous power. And Stewart suddenly looks a very frail figure. Foreman ignoring anything that comes his way. The punches seem to bounce off his shaven head as Stewart goes over for the second time.
5, 6, 7, 8. You okay?
Okay. I wouldn't have thought so, but on he goes. And still, more than a minute of this round left for Foreman to finish it. The whole story of this Foreman comeback is really quite amazing. Nobody gave him a chance of succeeding, but he's won fight after fight after fight, and it wasn't until he got to Evander Holyfield in the world title challenge that he failed. Even then he went all the way with Holyfield. These must be nightmarish moments for Stewart as he sees this enormous man coming towards him all the time. Walking forwards, no attempt at footwork, just walking in, swinging the punches. And Stewart has been on the floor twice already. And Foreman hasn't been able to nail him. End of round 2. Foreman came so very close to victory there against this man. This is the first of the knockdowns. Look at him reaching for him. The punch catches Stewart actually on the left ear, but it knocked him silly. And the other knockdown, again the big swinging right hand going through. He did well to beat the count.
Don't worry about this.
So, into the 3rd round, with Big George still ponderously moving forward. Stewart somehow has to pull himself together, collect his scattered wits, and get some boxing going. The only possible weapon, I would think, here is the left jab into Foreman's face. So another round goes by, and Stewart is still there. Angelo Dundee in Foreman's corner. Of course, he was in the other corner when Foreman lost his title to Muhammad Ali. Well, now we're in round 6. Stewart still there. Foreman still lumbering forward, but hasn't been able to nail the man as he did in the second round. And slowly, but quite surely, the Jamaican Alex Stewart is beginning to work his way back into this, and it's being done with the left jab. Foreman very, very slow to cover up there. And now George Foreman has got a fight on his hands. Foreman still moving forward, reaching for his man. But Stewart's left hand, and quite accurate work now, is beginning to make a bit of a mess of Foreman's face. Swellings under both eyes now for Foreman. But still, George comes on, refuses to back up. And the way George's face is looking, he could do with getting rid of Stewart at this point. Massive swing misses, and that somehow gives Stewart confidence. I think he sensed that Foreman was getting desperate and suddenly launched that big attack. Round 8. And Stewart still having to take some good punches, but there isn't the strength and the power behind them now from Foreman. That was a good uppercut. He's putting together some more good punches here, Foreman. I don't know where he gets the strength from. 43. But he can't subdue Stewart.
Go home, break, come back.
Well, Foreman's face now really is quite awful to look at. Well, here's some more action from that 8th round. That was that really good uppercut that Foreman put in there.
Only 2 rounds ago. Alex, hang in there, you got it.
Angelo Dundee telling Foreman now, only 6 minutes, hold on somehow. But really that corner ought to be thinking about pulling him out. Just look at his face. I don't enjoy watching this sort of thing. Stewart himself is quite badly marked, but not to the extent that Foreman is. It's a rough fight. Anything now, anything goes.
Watch it, wait, watch your head, watch your head. Let him up, let him up. Right, stop back.
Well, one really has to say that this is the unacceptable phase of boxing.
Come on, work.
It really is too bad.
Go home, break, come on. Watch now, boy.
Well, mercifully, we're in the closing moments of this fight. There's been a long delay in this round, while Stewart was given time to recover from a low blow. But the whole thing now is too grotesque for words. Foreman living on the dregs of his strength, and Stewart perhaps now wondering whether he really ought to put another punch into that terribly battered face. It really is a travesty of boxing. I'm amazed that it's been allowed to grind its way through to the finish.
Punching it out. Last round. Make it clean. Make it clean.
You only have to look at Foreman's face to say to yourself, George, it's time to go home and put the feet up.
Punching it out there. Right. Come on. Come on. Let's go.
I don't care who's won. It's time for Foreman to quit.
Go home. Go home. Work. Work.
The awful thing is, there are people in the audience who are actually enjoying it. And the bell ends those savage 10 rounds, which may have seen the close of Foreman's career. So, it goes to the judges.
Here is the official scoring. Patricia Jarman scores the bout 94-94. Art Laurie scores the bout 94-93. And Dalby Shirley scores it 94-93 for the winner on a majority decision. Big George Foreman!
So Foreman has scraped home. 1 point on 2 judges' cards. The other card was a draw. But really, this ought to be the end for George Foreman. And Alex Stewart knows that better than anybody.
Brutal stuff, and the damage that Foreman was forced to take there may have ended his hopes of regaining the world title. He'll make a decision soon, and we all know what it should be.